السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أنبياء الله جميعا وعلى خاتمهم حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه المنتجبين. May Allah accept your deeds, your fasting, your striving during this month to get closer to God and closer to self-control and self-restraint. One of the reasons that forbid women from seeking education during the colonial era and before and after in many Muslim countries, there were two reasons for that. Two reasons which were obstacles in the face of female education. One of them was a social reason, because some families, religious families, in many Muslim countries, in Egypt, in Syria, in Iraq, in the Arabian Peninsula, in Yemen, in Morocco, in even Turkey and other countries, had sense of honor and sense of protection, which is called al-ghira. They did not want their daughters, their sisters, to go to school. They did not want them to be exposed. This was one reason, which still it does exist until today in some ultra-Orthodox Islamic families. The other reason, however, was a religious reason, because there were some texts here and there, though these texts are not found in major books from the first level and first grade, but you can find them in other books, in both the traditions, in both schools of Islam. Narrations attributed to the Prophet that do not teach your daughters, do not teach women writings. So some people came and explained why, and I'm going to tell you why. But these books, my friends, that speak about the prohibition of learning and schooling and writings and learning for women are found in some of the books. One of them is Al-Mustadrak lil-Hakim, Hakim al-Naysaburi. What is the Mustadrak, my friend? Mustadrak means it's a follow-up, it's an appendix to the 6 books. These are the 6 books. These are the major books, okay? However, some of these books have missed some of the narrations. They are not found here, not found in these 6 major references. So someone comes after them 100 years, 200 years. In this case, in the case of Al-Hakim and Naysaburi, he came almost 250 years after, or less than 250 years, probably 200 years after Al-Bukhari, and he wrote his work, which is called Al-Mustadrak, a follow-up on what Bukhari and Muslim missed from the hadiths, and they did not put it in their books. So he would collect all these and put them in a book, and his book totaled about 9,588 hadiths that the Bukhari and Muslim did not record in their books. Sometimes they miss it, sometimes they did not put it on purpose, because Bukhari says, ما أدخلت في كتاب الجامع, what I put in my book, what I gathered and collected in my book, which is Al-Jami' al-Sahih al-Mukhtasar. This is the name of this book, Al-Jami' al-Sahih al-Mukhtasar. إلا ما صح, everything that has been authentic. وتركت من الصحاح مخافة الطول أو الطول. And I left behind many authentic hadiths. I did not gather them, though they were authentic too. But I did not want to prolong my thesis, because he has almost 7,397 hadith in his book, in Sahih al-Bukhari here. 7,900 and almost 37. 7,397. 7,397 hadith he has in this book. So he says, I left them out to make this mukhtasar, concise. He didn't want to prolong it. So some scholars came after him and they wrote other hadith, which was not collected, but they did them based on the criteria of Bukhari and Muslim. على شرط الصحيحين. على شرط الصحيحين is a theological term meaning that Bukhari and Muslim, they had certain criteria in collecting the hadith, certain criteria. And therefore those who came after them, they found these criteria to be found in certain hadiths, and therefore they picked up these hadiths. So they followed the same criteria, the same standard of Bukhari and Muslim, meaning they were very strict. They would investigate the hadith. If the hadith is not authentic, they would not accept it. Now, sometimes we find Bukhari mentions the hadith, but the hadith is amputated. He does not finish it. For political reasons. Not because he wants to be concise. Not because of a summary, no. Because of political reasons. Because Bukhari lived during the Abbasid area. Specifically during the time of Al-Mutawakkil al-Abbasi, who was known for being very malicious and vicious and anti-Ahl al-Bayt. He was very hostile to Ahl al-Bayt. In fact, Mutawakkil al-Abbasi gave freedom to people like Bukhari and Ahl al-Hadith, the Huffaz, the transmitters of Hadith, to come back after they were suppressed by Ma'mun during the Inquisition, the Mihnatul Hadith. Later on, Mutawakkil gave them freedom. So the era of the detente arrived, and he removed and lifted many of these restrictions on the Hadith. So they were free in writing the Hadith, Ahmad ibn Hanbal and many of the Huffaz and many of the scholars. So Bukhari wanted to flatter, he wanted to please the caliph, the political establishment. This is why we come across some hadiths, he does not finish the hadith, he amputates the hadith. Let me show you an example. Here in one of the stories that Bukhari mentions in his book, I'm going to show it to you. He says the Prophet بعث النبي عليا إلى خالد ليقبض الخمس وكنت أبغض عليا. A man, Sahabi by the name of Buraidah. He said, the Prophet sent Ali to Khalid ibn al-Walid to receive the khums from him. And I used to hate Ali, Buraidah says. He says, I used to hate Ali. وكنت أبغض عليا. فقلت لخالد ألا ترى إلى هذا? Don't you see this man, which is Ali? فلما قدمنا على النبي, when we arrived to the Prophet, ذكرت ذلك له, I said to the Prophet that I hated Ali. Buraidah is telling Prophet Muhammad, I hated Ali, according to the story of Bukhari. Okay? فقال يا بريدة, the Prophet is telling me, يا بريدة أتبغض عليا? Do you hate Ali? فقلت نعم, I said yes. قال لا تبغضه فإن له في الخمس أكثر من ذلك. Do not hate him, Because Ali has a bigger share in the khums, in this revenue, in this taxation. Bukhari is trying to say that Ali took more money and therefore Buraidah doesn't hate him. Buraidah hates him because he took more money, and the Prophet is telling him, no, don't hate him because he has more right in this khums, in this amount. He has more right, he has more share. This is what your impression is when you read the hadith in Bukhari. But then you find out there is something fundamental missing. Bukhari didn't put it in his book because of political reasons. Because Bukhari sided with Mutawakkil al-Abbasi, and Mutawakkil al-Abbasi was number one in his hate to Ahlul Bayt and to Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Mutawakkil al-Abbasi was the one who demolished the shrine of Imam Hussein 7 times. 7 times. Demolished the shrine of Imam Hussein. So where is the rest of the hadith? You come to Jami' al-Tirmidhi. You find Abu Isa al-Tirmidhi writes the same story, but he adds something that Bukhari did not mention. What does he say? He says, فَكَتَبَ مَعِي خَالِدٌ كِتَابًا إِلَى النَّبِي. This is on behalf of Al-Bara. Al-Bara, one of the companions of the Prophet. This is Jami' al-Tirmidhi. Okay? So Khalid sent a letter to the Prophet and gave it to Bara. What does he say in that letter? Yeshi bihi. He complains about Ali ibn Abi Talib because the Prophet sent Ali and Khalid, okay? وقال إذا كان القتال فعلي. You are now both leaders, but when the combat begins, Ali is going to assume leadership. Khalid did not like that. He wrote a letter to the Prophet complaining about Ali. قال, Al-Bara says here, follow me. قال فقدمت على النبي فقرأ الكتاب. I brought the letter of Khalid to the Prophet read it. Of course the Prophet would not read, you know that. He would not write or read himself. Maybe someone else read it for him. فقرأ الكتاب فتغير لونه. His color changed. He became angry. ثم قال ما ترى في رجل. O Bara, what do you think about a man في رجل يحب الله ورسوله ويحبه الله ورسوله? What do you think about a man who loves God and his apostle, and God and his apostle love him? What do you think about him? A reference to Ali ibn Abi Talib. قال, Al-Bara says, قلت أعوذ بالله من غضب الله ومن غضب رسوله. I'm so sorry, Ya Rasulullah. I don't want to provoke the anger of God and his apostle. وإنما أنا رسول. I'm just a messenger. I brought you the book of Khalid, the letter of Khalid. See, this story is not mentioned in Bukhari. It has been removed, amputated, edited because of the political establishment. Because Bukhari did not want to tell you the rest of the story, because the rest of it is in favor of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And then let me show you something else. In Tirmidhi again. Okay, Hadith 3712. He says, عمران بن حسين قال بعث رسول الله جيشا واستعمل عليهم علي بن أبي طالب. He sent a military expedition and he made Imam Ali the commander. And then Imam Ali was victorious in that expedition. And then فمضى في السرية فأصاب جارية فأنكروا عليه. One of the captives, among the captives, Imam Ali took one of the ladies. The hadith says here, those men did not like what Ali did. وتعاقد أربعة من أصحاب رسول الله فقالوا إن لقينا رسول الله أخبرناه بما صنع علي. 4 of the companions said, when we meet the Prophet, when we go back to Medina and meet the Prophet, we're going to tell him exactly what Ali did. So they came to Medina. Okay? وكان المسلمون, Muslims, they used to إذا رجعوا من سفر بدأوا برسول الله. The moment they arrive in Medina, before they go to their homes, they come and visit the Prophet. They meet with the Prophet first. Then سلموا على النبي فقال أحد الأربعة. He does not mention their names. Those who complained, he did not mention their names. He says, one of them said to the Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, Alam tara ila Ali ibn Abi Talib sana'a kada wa kada. Don't you see what Ali did? He did such and such. They don't say what he did, such and such. فأعرض عنه رسول الله. أعرض means the Prophet turned his face away from this man because he was unhappy with him. ثم قام الثاني فقال مثل مقالته فأعرض عنه رسول الله. The second person stood, he said the same about Ali, he complained, and the Prophet turned away from him. The third person did the same, the Prophet turned away from him. The fourth person said the same, the Prophet turned away from him. And then وَالْغَضَبُ قَالُوا فَأَقْبَلَ إِلَيْهِ وَالْغَضَبُ يُعْرَفُ فِي وَجْهِهِ. You could see the anger gushing out of the face of the Prophet. فَقَال, then the Prophet said, مَا تُرِيدُونَ مِنْ عَلِي مَا تُرِيدُونَ مِنْ عَلِي مَا تُرِيدُونَ مِنْ عَلِي. What do you want from Ali? What do you want from Ali? What do you want from Ali? Okay? إِنَّ عَلِيًّا مِنِّي وَأَنَا مِنْهِ. Ali is of me, and I am of him. وَهُوَ وَلِيُّ كُلِّ مُؤْمِنٍ مِّن بَعْدِي. And he is the guardian of every believer after me. See, some people say guardian, wali means a friend. But the Prophet said min ba'di. If guardian here means, wali means friend, then why should the Prophet says min ba'di? He could be your friend now. But he said wali min ba'di means a guardian, because now the guardian is the Prophet. After the Prophet's death, the community needs a guardian. So the Prophet is saying, after me, Ali is the guardian. Bukhari chose not to mention the rest of the story. He edited the story. But Tirmidhi, may God bless him, who happened to be the student of Bukhari, Muslim ibn al-Hajjaj al-Qushayri al-Naysaburi is his. Muslim, which wrote the second book here, is the student of Bukhari. Nasa'i is his student. Tirmidhi is his student. They are all the students of Bukhari. But maybe they had more freedom or less fear of the authorities to speak the truth, to mention the truth about Ahlul Bayt. Let me show you something else. And then in the same book, عن زيد بن أرقم عن النبي قال من كنت مولاه فعلي مولاه. Whoever, this is in Tirmidhi, whoever I am his guardian, Ali is his guardian too. And then something more powerful, my friends. This is Hadith 3714. 3714. The Prophet said, رحم الله عليا اللهم أدر الحق معه حيث دار. Wow. May God bestow his mercy upon Ali. Oh God, make the truth follow Ali wherever he goes. This is powerful, my friends. The Prophet never said this sentence about any person, any companion, except Ali. Make the truth follow Ali, not Ali follows the truth. It's a big difference. Pay attention to it. Sometimes we follow the truth, the Prophet prays for us. You may follow the truth, which is very good. Maybe he does these prayers for thousands of people. But here in this case, oh God, make the truth follow Ali. Wow. So Ali is the leader and the truth is the follower. So this means Ali does not do anything wrong. No mistakes, he's infallible. These are the words of the Prophet in Jami' al-Tirmidhi, Sunan al-Tirmidhi. Check it out yourself. But Bukhari, unfortunately, did not. And then let me show you something else. I am too excited tonight. Bab, another chapter in Tirmidhi, لا يحب عليا منافق ولا يبغضه مؤمن. دخلت سلمة, the wife of the Prophet, comes. فسمعتها تقول كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم يقول لا يحب عليا منافق. A hypocrite cannot love Ali ibn Abi Talib. وَلَا يَبْغَضُهُ مُؤْمِن. A believer, a mu'min, cannot hate Ali. This is very powerful. This is very powerful. Let me ask you now, those who hated Ali. Let's begin with Muawiyah, okay? For the sake of unity. I don't want to go further. Let's begin from Muawiyah, not the one who were before him. Did he like Ali or did he hate him? When he was fighting Ali in the Battle of Siffin, when he made the cursing of Ali as part and parcel of the Friday sermon on every pulpit in every village and every city and every town throughout the Bani Umayyah Empire. Part of the Friday sermon, cursing of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Did he like him or did he hate him? And this is Sunan al-Tirmidhi. The Prophet is saying, a hypocrite cannot love Ali, and a believer cannot hate Ali. Period. Period. So my friends, Bukhari could not mention them. So I want to go back to my subject tonight about women's education. So those that Bukhari missed, some scholars came after him and they wrote Mustadrak. Mustadrak is an appendix, is a follow-up. Okay? And do you know that Bukhari has been translated and interpreted, not translated, interpreted, tafsir al-Bukhari in 97 books so far. 97 books. These are the name of the books who interpret the Kitab al-Bukhari. These are the names. All the names of many scholars who wrote Sharh on Bukhari. Sharh means explanation, commentary on Bukhari, or Mustadrak, follow-up. One of them is this man, Abu Abdullah Muhammad ibn Abdullah al-Hakim al-Nisaburi, who was born in Nisabur and died in Nisabur, and he wrote his book when he was 72 years old, because he was born in 321 Hijri and he died in 404, but he wrote his book Mustadrak in 393. He's from Nisabur. At some point he was the judge in Nisabur, and Nisabur was one of the most flourishing scientific, intellectual, educational centers in the Islamic State in the past. So he came to Baghdad and he lived there and he wrote his book, and some of his students are Abu Nu'aym al-Isbahani, Abu Bakr al-Bayhaqi, and so on and so forth. So he puts this hadith in volume 2, page 396. I don't have it with me, unfortunately, but I'm quoting his book. An Aisha an al-Nabi, that the Prophet said on behalf of Aisha. Aisha is the narrator of the hadith. Regarding women, لا تنزلوهن الغرف. Do not place them in the upper floors. Put them in the hujra. Hujra is downstairs. Ghurfa is the upstairs. Don't put them there so they cannot communicate with men. ولا تعلموهن الكتابة. ولا تعلموهن الكتابة. Don't teach them writings. Teach them weaving, al-ghazl, and Surah An-Nur, because Surah An-Nur is a symbol of chastity and modesty, and hijab is mentioned in that chapter, and also punishment of fornication is also mentioned in that chapter. So teach them Surah An-Nur and don't teach them Surah Yusuf, because they get stimulated, easily stimulated and provoked. Okay? And the same hadith, my friends, we have it in Kafi. In Kafi, let me show you. But the difference is, this is volume 5 in Kafi, page 521. عن علي بن إبراهيم عن أبيه عن النوفلي عن السكوني قال رسول الله لا تنزل النساء بالغرف ولا تعلمهن الكتابة. But here we have a problem with النوفلي. One of the people in the chain of narrators by the name of Nawfali is unacceptable. He's not considered trustworthy. And therefore this book, Kafi, is not nicknamed Sahih, authentic. So you can find some unreliable traditions in this book. Does not mean that everything between these two covers is authentic. And one of them is Nawfali, a narrator that's not trustworthy. Now we come to the hadith. They say don't teach them so they don't write bad letters or misuse writings. But my friends, if we don't want women to misuse writings or readings or even drivings or anything, or their iPhones or Androids, we should teach them tarbiyah. Tarbiyah. We should refine them. We should teach them manners. We should teach them what is forbidden and illegal on the one hand, and what is legal and acceptable. And not only teaching women, we should teach men, we should teach kids, we should teach old people, young people, all people, we should teach them. Mannerism, refinement, adab. The way to stop the crime is not to tell him don't go to school because the school is corrupt, because the university is corrupt, the college is corrupt. No, these are sacred institutions. The way to stop sins and crimes and violations is to teach them the manners, is to refine them, is to purify them, is to work on them and be a good role model for them. In some countries, they don't allow women to go to school on the basis that if they go to school, they get corrupted, fasad. Even until now, in some Orthodox families, in some countries, in some societies, women are barred. Maybe they could go to elementary school, but not further, because she has to stay in her house. And we saw this happening in many Islamic communities. Not in Europe or in America, but in the Middle East. But this is not the solution. Imagine today if we don't have female physicians, gynecologists, or nurses. In this pandemic, if we don't have female nurses, what will happen? And a nurse does not become a nurse unless she's able to read and write, to go to school, right? She cannot be a doctor or physician and help her society unless she's able to read and write and go to school. So imagine what will happen. What will happen when we deprive almost half of the society from schooling and learning? Is that good for Islam? Is that good for the society? Are our kids going to excel in their work, in their school? Most of the kids today at home are being taught by their mothers. Most of the time. You rarely see a father takes care of the education of his children at home. You rarely see. Maybe during this pandemic, because fathers are staying at home, it happens. But before that, fathers are outside the house. It's the mothers who are there, teaching children, supervising them, encouraging them. So imagine if she does not know how to read or write. Can she help her children with their homework? She cannot. Besides, my friends, the Prophet designated one whole day to teach women on that day. Ya Rasulullah, ذهب الرجال بحديثك فاجعل لنا يوما. Women came to him, they said, Ya Rasulullah, men are dominating here. Every time we come, you are surrounded by men. So allow us to have one day. So the Prophet decided to have one day for women to teach them. And how does teaching happen without reading or writing? The Prophet himself says, استعن على حفظك بيمينك. If you want to learn and memorize and understand, you have to write. You have to write. So would he come later on and say, لا تعلمهن الكتابة, don't teach them writings? How about his daughter Fatima alayhi salam, who used to write every hadith of her father and her husband Imam Ali in her book, Moustafa Fatima? Why did the Prophet did not say to her, oh Fatima, it's not good for you to learn writing, so just leave the pen and paper? But he didn't say this to her. He was encouraging her. And Fatima alayhi salam herself was a teacher, teaching women. and her daughter Zainab was a teacher teaching women. So they used to read and write. And then come here and see, this is Kitabul Kafi. See about knowledge, my friends. See about knowledge. سمعت أبا عبد الله إمام الصادق يقول تفقهوا في الدين فإنه من لم يتفقه منكم في الدين. Learn your religion. If you don't learn, فهو أعرابي. أعرابي means he's illiterate. An acronym for being an illiterate. Okay? In another hadith, عليكم بالتفقه في دين الله ولا تكونوا أعرابا. Don't be illiterate. فإن من لم يتفقه في دين الله لم ينظر الله إليه يوم القيامة. If you don't learn your religion, God is not going to bestow His mercy upon you on the day of judgment. وَلَمْ يُزَكِّ لَهُ عَمَلًا. God is not going to accept his amal. The Prophet himself says, طَلَبُ الْعِلْمِ فَرِيضَةٌ. In these books, the hadith is in these books. طَلَبُ الْعِلْمِ فَرِيضَةٌ. In another hadith, طَلَبُ الْعِلْمِ فَرِيضَةٌ عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ وَمُسْلِمَةٍ. It's incumbent upon every male and female Muslim to learn. Ahmed Shawqi says, وَإِذَا النِّسَاءُ نَشَأْنَ فِي أُمِّيَّةٍ رَضَعَ الرِّجَالُ جَهَالَةً وَخُمُولًا. If our mothers, our women, they are raised illiterate, then definitely men are going to nurse from them laziness and ignorance and illiteracy. And this is right. Hafiz Ibrahim says, الأم مدرسة إذا أعددتها أعددت شعبا طيب الأعراق. When you teach women, when you teach them, when they excel in education, when you encourage them, because knowledge is open for all and we cannot discriminate. And sometimes in certain fields women do better than men. So we have to encourage them. But yet, at the same time, we have to tell them that these are the boundaries. Don't cross over. Respect yourself. Respect your religion. Respect your family. Have value for yourself. One of the things that we should emphasize upon is that a stranger man and a stranger woman should not stay in one room together. Al-khilwatu bil-ajnabiyya. This is forbidden. There should be someone else, because the hadith says if a stranger man, stranger women stay, let's say they say let's study together. They lock the room for 3-4 hours. The hadith says كَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ ثَالِثَهُمَا. Satan is going to be the third person present there. And you know what Satan does. He's not going to sip Starbucks coffee with them. Satan is going to do more than Starbucks coffee. He's going to corrupt. He's going to destroy. We will continue with you. Let's pray for someone who is sick in these holy nights, my friends. We pray for him, inshallah, for his healing and the healing of all the mu'mineen. And then, inshallah, from Tuesday, we begin also the a'mal of the nights of Qadr, inshallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Amman yujibu al-mudtarra idha da'ahu wa yakshifu as-su'. Amman yujibu al-mudtarra idha da'ahu wa yakshifu as-su'. Amman yujibu al-mudtarra idha da'ahu wa yakshifu as-su'. O Allah, bestow your healing, your recovery, your health on this person, Sayyid Muqaddas Ashrafi, and all the people who are during this month and before this month, whether it is because of COVID-19 or other types of illnesses. They are suffering, they are bedridden. O Allah, bestow your healing upon them. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.